Today we're going over section 1.3, linear functions. We'll talk about linear versus nonlinear, and we'll also define types of slopes in this video. Let's look at this chart. What makes it a line? If it's of the form y equals mx plus b, that's a linear function. You can see examples here and in the graph. Anything that has a curve to it is not a line. Even an absolute value that looks like a V is not a line. You can see examples algebraically. You just want x. You don't want x squared or something over x or the square root of x. Now let's talk about the slope. What is the slope? The slope is a measure of steepness. Like when you think about your driveway, how steep is that driveway? You're measuring the slope. The slope is also a rate at which something changes, which we'll see in section 1.4. Let's look at these different types of slopes. First of all, let's do a little cheer to define the slope. The slope, the slope. It's the rise over the run, change in y over x. Notice that the slope is a measure of the vertical change divided by that horizontal change. This formula to calculate the slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Remember, the slope is the rise over the run, change in y over x. You can remember that y is in the numerator when you think about cheerleaders. We just did our slope cheer. What do cheerleaders do? Remember, the person at the top of the pyramid has to be standing in a tight Y, and the person at the bottom has to be standing in a big basey X. So X is in the denominator, and Y is in the numerator. That's a little mental help. Hope it helps. All right, how can I calculate the slope from a graph? Notice you will just count the rise over the run. You can start by picking 2 points and calculate from the left to the right. So I would rise 5 and run to the right 2. My slope would be a positive 5/2. Look at these 4 different kinds of slopes. We can figure this out by walking from the left to the right. When you read your graphs, you read left to right. When you're talking about the slope, you read left to right. This person is walking up a hill, so this is a positive slope. This person is walking down the hill. This represents a negative slope. This person is shuffling right along, not moving up or down, just shuffling straight forward. This represents a 0 slope. And this person, unless he's Spider-Man, is falling off. He cannot walk straight up the edge of a building. So this is an undefined slope. Undefined or DNE does not exist. Now let's look at this. The vertical change is 5. The horizontal change is 2. So the slope would be 5/2. Notice your person is walking up the hill, so it's positive. I hope that helps understand different types of slopes. Share that slope cheer with someone you know. See you next time.